welcome to the Chronicles of Yarnia, the podcast from Montclair's local yarn store. I'm Jen.
Amanda.
Kathleen.
And we are celebrating Holiday Week, which is basically the week where you can do nothing but,
recover.
Nothing. You can do nothing.
Except if you're working 2 days.
Unless you're working at the store, in which case,
right,
you can't rot at the store. But
No.
I plan on rotting later today.
Well, that was why I didn't really want to do anything yesterday, because yesterday was my one true veg day.
Yeah,
So
you need a veg day.
I had my veg day.
Yeah.
And you know what?
It
It'll be fun in a way to be here because everyone else is out having fun, so it'll be fine.
Well, I was going to say, this is the other thing that's nice. We're recording this on Wednesday. This is a podcast all about knitting and crocheting and stuff that you can do with yarn. We're recording this on Wednesday, which is our knit night.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
knit
right.
night.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Or knit night day.
Knit night day. Night.
And we usually record on Tuesdays when the store is closed. But Tuesday this week was Boxing Day.
Yes.
So we needed some veg time.
Veg day.
Can we pull this a little closer to us?
Absolutely.
I feel like we're...
I'm also going to fix my hair because I can see the chunk that keeps falling out. And it's driving me nuts.
Here we go. All right.
Yes, so we digress.
We have been known to
There
do
we
that.
go. All right, much better. Much better. So, yeah, so normally we record on Tuesdays and you guys see this on Saturdays or at some point after that.
Yeah, Saturdays. It is really good about Saturdays.
Yeah,
very
I've been good recently.
Oh, yeah, like a year. Like easily.
Right.
I think it's been very religiously Saturday for a solid year.
Yes. But yeah, so we're recording this on Wednesday before the store opens. It's a somewhat rainy Wednesday, but it's kind of nice. And we're sitting in that week between Christmas and New Year's, where it's really hard to know what day of the week it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
It is. I'm really glad you said it was midnight tonight.
I know. Otherwise, it would have been like, you would have gotten a text from Dory being like, "Where's the Zoom, Amanda?"
I know. I still might.
Or people would be calling the store.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Kathleen, can you start at night?
I know.
At least all y'all know. Thank you for knowing. But yeah, no. So welcome. And we hope that if you guys are watching this, you had a great December so far.
Yep.
/ Mercury is fully in retrograde.
Oh, yes.
In so many ways.
It so is.
When did you say Mercury in retrograde goes?
It's into January. It's like the 3rd or the 4th.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Will we
It's
make
like
it, Jen?
all
Will we
winter break. Yeah, I've had a couple of instances where I'm like, wow, communication breakdowns. That's fun. That's fun. Thanks.
Whoops.
But yeah. But otherwise,
Oh, no, it is till January 1st. Okay.
January 1st? Okay.
Well, actually, the party I was going to go to on January 1st has already been canceled, so...
Oh my gosh.
So there you go. It's like one less little kick of Mercury retrograde.
Mercury retrograde. This is what's going to happen. But yeah, so, let's see. I was going to say, what's going on around town is I don't know what day of the week it is.
Well, just, like you said, hope everyone's had nice holidays. And
hope everyone's had nice holidays.
New Year's Eve and New Year's Day to get through. Bowl game season, right? Have you been watching any bowl games, Amanda?
What did I watch? I watched one that I didn't care about, and I was like, why are we watching this thing?
We had pro football on all day at my niece's house on Christmas Day, like in the background. But
my in-laws were very happy to see they were here for Christmas with us, and my folks came down on Christmas Day. As did my brother and sister-in-law, but later on...
Wow, you really had a full house.
We had a full house. Christmas night, my in-laws watched the Ravens game. They're in Annapolis.
Oh,
They're
right.
big Ravens fans. Yeah. They were very, very happy.
And they kind of demolished San Francisco.
Yes.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was an excellent game that went very late. I don't know because I passed out at like 9:30.
And we were in the car on the way home at that point, so I was not paying.
Yeah.
I watched the bits of the other games. And actually, today is a bowl game that we were thinking about going to. Emma, who works here, who you saw her on Vlogmas, her brother is part of the staff of the BU team. And they're actually in a bowl this year at Fenway, which is so cool.
Wow.
It's like I'm like, we should do that.
Fun game.
And then I thought, all right, if we do that, it's an 11 a.m. game. We're going to need to go up the day before.
Yeah.
We're going to want to stay that night too. I'm like, this is getting way too complicated and pricey.
This is a lot.
So therefore, we are not there. But I will definitely be checking on that game later today.
That's super cool, though.
Yeah.
I do like watching football, but I don't have a whole lot of sit and watch TV time.
Yeah. It's usually for us like while stuff's going on in the background,
right,
in and out, whatever.
Well, Charlie got a Switch from Santa Claus.
Oh, I bet he was so happy.
Charlie.
So, well, which is good because he broke his Switch
Aw.
during the year.
Buddy.
He had an old Switch. He had my Switch Lite. Okay, let's be real. Santa gave him my Switch Lite about 3 years ago. But he broke it. And so now he has a red Switch.
Nice.
And the Switches are a little sturdier than the Switch Lites. So
Yes.
hopefully
Knock wood.
that survives. And he's a little older.
Yeah, yep.
But basically all we did yesterday was sit around and watch. People took turns like putting their Switch in the holder and having that on.
And doing it on the
Very
screen.
Yeah, so we watched all the different games. Oh, and the Nintendo eShop was having a huge sale.
They were.
Ah.
So-
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
She
Beth
would have
was,
loaded up on some new games. Do you think
it
it's still
might-
going on?
It
or?
might still be going on today.
Actually, it's funny. That was one thing I did not think to get for him
Yeah.
this year. But whatever. He got plenty of presents.
We had a lot of video gaming in our house going on.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and I like watching video games. I would love to play them, but you can't play games and knit at the same time.
No,
Yeah.
exactly.
I
do a
agree,
lot of
sometimes
things.
they're entertaining to watch.
Yeah. Well, it's a good
Especially
thing
you're
to
like,
have going on in the
"God."
background. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to have going on in the background while you're knitting.
Yeah, it
Yes.
totally is.
Yeah, well, yes. With mine, it is a lot of coaching kids through, like,
Uh-huh.
how to play.
Yeah.
Unless it's
Go.
like Beth.
Well, yeah, Charlie on his new Switch was playing the Let's Go Pikachu.
Oh.
He has never played it before by himself.
Mm.
Oh yeah, he's got a whole new
Uh-huh.
like run of. That's the nice thing
That's
about
cool,
the
yeah,
multiple
when-
kids is
Mhm.
that
And I
the games
always,
just keep going.
I always get the games on the cards instead of, like,
Mhm.
the downloadable, so
Mhm.
then everybody can use
You can
the-
you can
Yeah.
move it around
Yep.
from
Yeah.
switch to switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I liked watching that on Vlogmas. It was so funny to see you knitting or you crocheting on the on Catherine's blanket.
Oh, yes.
And Beth, basically, it's like you could see like the time lapse. You could see like her thumbs move,
Yes.
Uh-huh.
but nothing else.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, yeah, no, that's skins.
That's literally
Like,
how we
concentrate.
spend a lot of time. There are games she only plays when I'm sitting there.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's so nice.
I think-
Fun.
I think that she was playing Genshin Impact, which if you play Genshin, there's a lot of, like, running around and doing things, but there is a good story. There's several good
Yeah.
storylines. So she'll, like, save a storyline till I'm sitting there and then do, like, a bunch of the story.
Oh,
Oh,
fun.
that's so
That's nice.
sweet. I love that. Well, and
This will be a wide swatch.
I just realized also Vlogmas is done. So if you haven't seen all of the
Yeah.
hard work that Amanda,
Mm-hmm.
I was explaining it to my in-laws too. I was like, "Oh, we're doing a Vlogmas video," and they're like, "What's Vlogmas?" And I was like, "Okay, well, let me start with knitting podcasts."
Yeah,
And now
And now
exactly.
it's a YouTube show. It's not a podcast. You don't listen to it. And they're like,
Okay.
"Okay." And then I was like, "And let's get into Vlogmas." And they were like,
Mhm.
"Spell it."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "And let's get into how we do Vlogmas."
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I was on. I'm part of Nitty Natty's membership.
Mm-hmm.
I just signed up. So I was on one of her Zooms, which was the first one I finally got to be part of. But I was saying how nice it is that our Vlogmas is. How many people did we have on it this year? 6 or 7?
I think 7. I think
Seven.
7,
Awesome.
which is so fun. It's as much fun for us to see what
Yeah.
other people are doing, I
Oh my
think, as
gosh,
it is for you
totally.
all to see it, right?
It really.
So good.
I mean, I think it spreads out the burden of, like. I mean, it's not that it's a burden, but you have to think of, like, how am I going to tell a story of what I did today that
Exactly.
is like, coherent and moderately interesting? Because
Mhm.
literally
Yeah.
some days I don't do anything interesting.
Exactly, and especially I did most of the scheduling. Like people filled in, like everyone gets their
Yeah.
birthday, for example, and Stacia was doing an event that was on a certain day, and was like, "Yep, let's do it on that day." But I kind of fill in the dates after that and make sure we shift between people and everything. And it turned out my first 3 were all like days I was in the store, and I'm like, "All right, how is this how am I going to vary this?" But so then pulling in like I did even a Saturday that I did. By then everything was almost done, so.
Yeah.
We did some, things from a cookie swap from a couple of days before.
Yeah.
And with having so many of us, it's like nice to be able to do things like that.
Yeah.
It's super nice.
Yeah, it's so fun. I feel like, we've definitely gotten better. I feel like over the years as we get, but the one thing that kills me that is so funny, like literally now when I'm doing some of the walking parts, I hear the music in my head.
I know.
Do. Sounds. I was going to do the Andy Griffith theme for some
I know.
reason.
I know.
Like I do notice, but literally as I'm walking along, I'm like, I know what music Amanda's going to put over
Yeah.
this.
Mhm.
The walking shopping music,
I really need to label my music maybe that's what I'll do in my spare time. Because every year, there's certain things that I like use every year.
Yeah. Well, and we all picked like our intro themes like a couple of years ago when we started, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe we can even switch those up. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see.
My in-laws were very impressed with how professional. They're like, you have music on it and everything, and I was like, Amanda.
Yeah.
And she's like, and it edits, and I was like, Amanda.
Yeah, it still takes like an hour to an hour and a half to do each one.
I believe it. Yeah.
Fully.
But yeah, I mean, I think somebody else was mentioning their Vlogmas. It's like, oh, I have it down to a science now. I'm like, my science keeps improving. Like I learned things.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody noticed, if anybody's nerdy enough to notice, but I learned how to gradually decrease the volume of the music during speaking.
Yes, I love that. I totally noticed that. Because it's funny, and when I save my things down and I like give them names so Amanda kind of knows what to expect even before she starts seeing it. And some of them I'll say like no audio, so it's just like play music through this whole thing and whatever. But yes, I love that you've kind of incorporated the music, but then talking occasionally and the volume up and down is what makes that happen. It's great.
There was a new skill. I build my skills during Vlogmas.
Yeah, that's great.
There was at least one, I think, video where it wasn't necessarily a time lapse, but I knew that Amanda would speed it up, and it was basically me and Jonathan like gossiping. And I was like, oh, Amanda's gonna get an earful with this one. Like, have fun.
Funny.
Yeah, it was super entertaining. But we should talk about what we're wearing.
We could. So we originally we were going to do something super festive maybe, but again, it is Wednesday. It is a work day.
It's a Wednesday morning.
It's a Wednesday morning.
So we'll say Happy New Year with our coffee maybe.
Happy New Year! Coffee
coming up. Woo! So
mine is Irish creamed with the Smitten Kitchen.
There you go. Cream. That was quite the hit.
That is a winner.
This is the winner
recipe.
Christmas morning.
Wish I liked it.
I mean, we have a little bit left. Not quite. I feel like I need to make another batch. I feel like I should just keep making batches of that through the winter. It's a good winter beverage.
Maybe I'll bring so much cream on Christmas.
Oh my gosh, right? We did. What was hilarious was that it was a total Smitten Kitchen Christmas as well, because between
oh my goodness, that's
Christmas.
Smitten Kitchen Christmas is hard to say.
Smitten Kitchen Christmas.
We've had several Smitten Kitchen recipes on our table as well.
Yeah, I love it. My sister-in-law brought a lasagna, homemade, the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Including the noodles, where I was like, "Dang, Sharon."
Wow. Yes, the recipe tells you how to do noodles. We don't do that part.
Yeah, there's a Martha Stewart lasagna like that too that I used to make. I was like, nope, buy in the store bought. Not doing.
First, really thresh the wheat.
I know, right? How far back can you go? Exactly. Buy a field.
There's a book I read to Teddy over the weekend, Pancakes by Eric Carle.
Yes.
Which does go back to like,
oh, wow.
Oh, you want pancakes? Cool, go harvest the grain. Then go to the miller and thresh it. Milk the cow. And
all the way back.
All the things that go into it, right?
So if you like that kind of thing, Pancakes by Eric Carle.
Very cool. I didn't know that. All right, so I managed to digress somehow when you said, "What are we wearing?"
I was saying, what are we wearing?
So,
yes,
this is one of our sparkly sweater from last year.
Yeah,
Jen and I are both wearing sparkly sweaters from last year. This is the Novice Sweater, I believe.
Oh, nice.
I have to look it up. I will. It's in my Ravelry. And this is
PetiteKnit.
Yes,
right?
definitely PetiteKnit. I did add the turtleneck. It was not a turtleneck. I decided to make it into a turtleneck.
And you just kept going?
I did it the way it said first,
right.
and then I picked up and I kept going.
Wow.
And I decided I didn't like the shorter
I remember
neck.
that.
And I love the balloon sleeves, and I love the turtleneck with the balloon sleeves.
Yeah.
I think it's really fun. It kind of
so
echoes
cute.
it. Thank you. And this is the late lamented Cotton Merino Glam. I mean, they may still make it, but they don't wholesale in the U.S. anymore, so...
Yeah, so we don't have it.
So, yeah.
I am wearing my December sweater, which is like a mishmash of a couple of things, and I pulled up what it was a mishmash of, but I don't remember what it is.
Oh, yeah. I could actually
it is, so it's in Cotton Merino Glam as well. I did mine in December of last year, I did mine. I finished it in December of last year even, and I wore it, I think, to a holiday party. And where the heck is the... Where's my project? Where is it? No, that's the Betty and Judy Lodge sweater that I wore last time.
Oh, wait, December sweaters.
December sweater! I'm a genius. I had it up a minute ago, too. It is based on the Lawrenson Sweater details with a tweaked self-drafted bodice yoke. So it is set in sleeve. It's got some twisted rib on the side and balloon sleeves as well.
Yeah. Lawrenson Sweater. I like that sweater a lot.
I do too.
Oh yeah, I just called December sweater and I have I have like the cast on. In Revelry, no wonder I couldn't find it.
The cover is you and Jen and your
Yes, I will.
In Jen's project.
Yeah.
Oh, too.
I just did a screenshot of our podcast because I was like,
wonderful.
this is a picture of me in it.
And mine is the Novice Sweater.
Yes.
It is the Novice Sweater. So.
Yeah. And I never finished my bobble pullover, which I will do someday.
Bobbles.
Yes, because a lot of bobbles.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know. I say I might do it now, but I really think I'm going to finish a couple blankets first. But anyway, it will get done eventually.
But what are you wearing instead?
Today, I'm wearing
You're wearing a whip, right?
I'm wearing a whip. Yes.
A wearable whip.
Yep.
Yeah.
While I watched video games yesterday, I worked on the whole thing. So did we talk about my whip now?
Yes.
Yeah, might as well.
Just
Since
go
you're
right
wearing
into
it, let's do
Okay.
that.
This is my only whip aside from this swatch I literally just cast on. This is just a sample for the store swatch. Yeah. So this is the Selena Slipover.
Love your colors so much. They are
so
perfect.
pretty. Amanda.
I'm gonna here. I'll come around to the front, but then I'll also do a little twirl, and insert the video here too, because you can't see the whole thing.
Yeah.
Boop boop.
So pretty.
It's
so
there on my knees.
cute.
I'm wearing my boots.
I love it with the boots.
Da-da-da.
Yep.
Yay. So this is my Selena Slipover dress. Yay. And I finished the body. I have not finished the arms. There are arms that will go here.
How long are the sleeves going to be?
I think I'm going to actually bracelet length them.
I think that would make sense because it is such a heavy fabric.
I don't think they should go super long.
Maybe even 3/4, honestly.
Either that
would be a nice proportion.
Or they could be tight. I could make them tight and long, or a little more open and shorter. Those are the only options. They can't be.
I like open and shorter.
I agree. I think because it is definitely a lot of ease through the body.
Yeah.
It's also going to be really hot if you do tight long sleeves. So if you want to keep with the, if you want to kind of.
So cute.
Yes.
I think I would do wider and shorter.
Yeah. That's the way that
tapered.
That's the way it was designed. So maybe I'll just stick
go.
to the pattern.
No.
Survey says.
Yeah. Exactly. Let's see. This is that's where I separated for sleeves.
Yeah.
Here. Yeah. So.
Yeah, you could always just do a straight angle.
So I was here yesterday morning.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is done from the bottom up, and I was here yesterday morning. And I thought, and in some sweaters, your sleeve divide comes down to here.
Yeah.
I thought that's how this one was. It is not. And I think, actually, by measurement, they said to in here. And
It'll be really short.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's definitely, well by
not
me as
that I
it is.
couldn't wear a short skirt, but
That's
It
like a
makes me
mini,
more
mini.
comfortable.
yes, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So,
No, I like where you've...
so I took a vote of the people in the room and
I
kept
do
going.
that.
Because
Yeah.
it's still above the knee. And honestly,
Yeah.
it'll grow a little bit with wear.
Yeah.
But, you don't want it to...
I don't-
You want to be able to bend over.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Move around, not have to worry about.
Pick up
Yeah,
something off
always
the
wearing
floor
shorts
without
under
being
it.
hi.
Yeah, no.
Little flashies.
No.
No, I think this is cute.
I love it. So, and it's really cozy, but it's not overly hot.
Mm-hmm.
There's enough ease that it's not overly hot, and
Well, between the ease and it is kind of a slightly open fabric in a
Yeah.
nice way. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
Not knit densely.
yeah, I'm wearing a tank top and tap pants under this,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is just prudent.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think
Good
that's just
idea.
smart.
Good idea.
Just smart.
Do you want to talk about your yarns? What yarns? you
Yes,
used?
talk about the
All
yarns
of them.
you
I
use.
used all of them.
You're like, oh.
all the yarns. All the yarns
Everything.
in the store.
I used a lot of this.
Yep.
So I use these are the mini skein sets.
Yep.
Actually, here they go.
Knit collage.
Yep. I use this geode mini skein set. There's 2 of them, and I think 2 is the right number. Because I wound them all each into like one ball of each fabric, right? So like I wound the 2 blues together in one ball, so it's easier to work with.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
I have 1 skein of the spun cloud. This stuff here. I have 1 skein of the daisy chain. And then I have 1 skein of the Rasta, the Malibu Rasta.
Right. Which color did you use for that? Was it almond blossom or?
No, it's this
Rosa.
It's like a
oatmeal. It's the one in the top left.
The wheat one.
The taupey pink.
Yes.
Whole grain.
Whole grain. Yes, that's a good. And it's like a gray that's actually all the colors together. No,
Oh wait, not that. We may not have any more of that one right now.
we might not.
No,
Yeah.
We're reordering Rasta like today, so
Yep.
there'll be more,
There'll
folks.
be
There'll
more.
be more.
Yes, and we're so glad you love it as much as we do.
Yeah.
It's definitely.
So I think
Moving
that's all my bulky yarns, right? Because there's these stripes.
That's all the stripes.
Yeah, which you felt together, so there's no ends to even. Only at the beginning and the end of each stripe is an end, and
So
otherwise
great.
you felt together these magic balls, which is a whole project in itself. And then in between you've got these solid stripes, which I have 3 yarns I'm holding together. One is Woolfolk Far, which is fluffy and airy. I was helping somebody pick out fiber for this sweater.
A
And
podcast watcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Faith,
Faith, right? I think it was Faith. Yeah.
And one thing like to pay attention to is you don't want a dress that's like super heavy.
Yeah.
So when you're picking like your yarns for these, and I feel like these fibers are all light too.
Yeah, they've got a lot of air in them. They're lofty.
So similarly, we're looking for fiber like because you're gonna have to hold multiple strands together probably. We're looking for things that are light and airy and have halo. Halo and air. That's our theme. So Woolfolk Far is chain knit construction. It's a worsted or Aran weight yarn, and has a ton of air in it.
Yeah.
Like it's a very light fiber. Then 1 strand of silk mohair from La Bien Aimée and Amy's shawl.
Right.
Amy's shawl, and then two strands of the alpaca mohair or alpaca wool merino, something like that, from France, from the Elena Len, her plume.
What if the cash silk would look nice in this
Yes,
too?
yeah, I totally can see that.
There's a lot of like puffy, like fills the space.
The
Yeah.
Laura
Without
would be
weight.
really nice.
Oh yeah, that would be really nice.
Yeah. We have a lot of puffy options. Really, the thing is, you need to lay them out and see what blends together nicely.
Yeah.
So,
because the colors that you have for the main, they're like peachy pinkies, but all slightly different peachy pinkies, and so you can really see like how they blend together.
Yeah.
It's
They
so
blend
pretty.
They're not flat
marl.
looking. They have
they
a nice depth to them.
Exactly, blend but not marl. So they're all kind of similar tones. There's not a lot of high contrast going on unless you want a high contrast look. But like,
true. I bet you could get a similar gauge with just the Woolfolk Tog with the bar together.
Yeah.
And those, like, the colors are the same colors.
Yeah, you could actually pick matching colors.
And with Woolfolk's palette, you could go matching colors, or you could go like, you know, they have enough where it's like they're one step away from each other.
So I have that depth,
Yes, to have a little bit more variety depending, or not variety depending.
Yeah,
why not?
So this you guys are wearing your New Year's sweaters from last year. This is my New Year's dress from this year. I will have it finished before New Year's because like I said, I finished like all this yesterday. I just have 2 sleeves to do.
Well, I was gonna say after also like the
I'll finish it
entire
while I'm
dress,
editing this podcast.
There you go.
like the sleeves are gonna go.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Because it's
No problem. And I skipped ahead and did the collar because it's sort of not super wearable without the collar. This is one of these where you pick up and then knit the neckband, but it's wide before you pick up and knit the neckband, which is common. neckband.
I really
like
like the depth of the neckband there. I think that rib really helps balance that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks really great.
Love it.
So this was my dress for this year's New Year's.
Yay.
Then Catherine told us on Friday that she's going to be induced on the night of the 30th or the morning of the 31st.
My goodness.
So we canceled our New Year's plans. And then yesterday she said they moved her induction date back to the 1st.
January 1st?
Yes.
Ah.
So
That's
now
so weird. They usually don't schedule things on major holidays.
I don't know.
But
whatever.
Well,
I think they probably didn't have her come in on the 31st because they probably have not as many staff.
Yeah.
Not as
On
many
that.
staff, and also, like, sometimes you get, like, a baby boom, you know?
Yeah. Well, tax-wise, though, it really does help.
I
to have
know.
the baby
I would
year
really
earlier.
appreciate it. And deductible-wise.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll see.
Oh, well.
Maybe
Who knows? She still could go into labor, right?
She
It's
certainly could.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's 38 weeks now. She's 39 weeks on Friday. So,
Wow.
anyway.
So we'll see what happens,
So
right?
we will see. In any event, I don't actually expect to go out and party for New Year's because
Yeah.
we're on baby watch.
You're on baby watch.
Yeah. So, anyway, next year maybe I can wear my dress.
Aw.
No.
Well, you always could wear your dress, even though you're. On
I'm
baby
not wearing
watch.
it in labor and delivery though.
No, you're not.
Well, you're not going to be there, are you? In the room?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Yeah, I'm one of her. It's me and her partner. She's like, "Mom, you know what you're doing. Come with
Yeah.
True, true.
No, are you kidding me?
Well, I'm sorry.
My God, I would be like, Amanda, come on.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Before
You're
I
on
had
it.
even had a child, I was that person for one of my sisters.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
Well, sometimes you gotta pick, like, who's gonna
People
stay
who were
sane,
calm in a crisis.
right?
Well, and she's
You're like, who's gonna advocate for you? Who's gonna stay sane?
Yeah.
and
who's
who
gonna...
knows what's normal and what's not, right?
Exactly.
Like everything. If this is your first baby, everything feels weird and new, and this is crazy.
Yeah.
But I'll know.
Oh, yeah,
like,
definitely.
this is normal.
Would not wear it in labor and delivery.
Like,
for
you're
sure.
fine.
For sure.
Yes.
You're like,
Keep,
or
keep having your ice chips.
Yeah.
Or this is
Yeah,
not
exactly.
normal. I'm going to call the nurse now.
Yeah, exactly.
is she aiming for drugs? I love this.
Yes, of course.
Atta girl.
Yeah, she was there. She was in the room with me when Charlie was born.
Ah.
Yeah. She
All
just
right, so she's
she
already
wanted
seen
to
some
be.
side of it.
Yeah.
She loved like all those. Oh my, yeah. We weren't doing the podcast when Charlie was born.
That's right. It was
Yeah.
he was like 6 months old or something when
Yes.
he started, probably, right?
Yeah.
Always
but,
remember him in the tub of yarn.
Attaboy.
But yeah, so she used to love like the hospital shows, like
Mhm.
Grey's Anatomy, but then also like the more realistic ones. I don't know. It was never my jam.
No, I am like the opposite. I do not like things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she's like, I want to see how it actually is. So yeah, we took her out of school and she got to come see her baby brother born.
Wow.
But she at one point she's like, Mom, this is boring. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not like we're fitting all this action into an hour of TV.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
primetime viewing.
There was
Yeah.
editing there. There was editing.
Right, you got hours and hours.
And you hope that it's boring.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the goal.
Boring is good in this case. Yeah.
Boring is very
Do not
good.
want to
Yeah.
say.
One of my childhood friends, she's the second of three. She was born on the kitchen table.
Wow.
She was, and her mom was like, "Oh, I have time. I have time. I have time."
Wow.
Did not have time.
Wow.
And thankfully, their neighbor was a police officer in town and like delivered her on the
Wow.
kitchen table. So with the third, she was like, "I feel a nudge. We're going to the
Going to
hospital."
the hospital now.
Good. Yeah.
And she's like, "Do not want an exciting birth. Want a non-exciting birth."
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah. No, I loved the epidural. Oh my God, both times I was like, I will marry you, anesthesiologist.
I always was induced. I don't know. My babies like to bake,
Yeah,
and they don't want to come out ever.
Yeah.
So I mean, Charlie was 10 days late, and he was number 6.
Wow,
right?
that is crazy.
that's amazing. That like,
And he was super
Which is very
happy.
cozy.
They're like, we don't need to take him out. He's fine.
Uh-huh.
Normally at this time, we would send you right upstairs, but he's happy. And I'm like,
you're like, I'm not.
let me just make something clear.
Ready.
I have kindergarten graduation on Monday. This was Wednesday. I have kindergarten graduation on Monday, and I'm going to be there. So
let's see what we can do
if
to make
he's
this
born
happen.
on Sunday, I'm leaving and going to kindergarten graduation because I paid for front row seat.
I think you understand the priorities here.
They
We're
just
on
be the
number
next day.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was induced with Max and Ollie. Ollie was technically early, but that was because at the last visit to the gyne, my doctor was like, "You're done, right?" I was like, "I am done." And he's like, "Great, I'm going to strip your membranes here." I'm like, "Okay." Did not know what that entailed.
Oh,
and
God.
oh my God, does it hurt? But
Wow.
let me tell you, that baby came out 2 days later, and I was like, yes.
Wow.
Well, my doctors also knew I'm not a happy pregnant person. And I was like, get the baby out. Max was a week late, and
Oh, it's a pain.
I was just like, whatever, one way or the other.
Uh,
That was fine. That was fine. Should we continue with whips and then circle back to foes?
I don't know. Let's do finished objects.
Okay.
Let's just go ahead and do the usual flow if we're okay with that.
Do you have any finished objects?
I have lots of finished objects. That's the thing. We just talked about me for a long time.
All right. Well, I'll do
got
finished
some, too.
objects because I don't have any really to show unless I get my acting gear and get pictures for Amanda. So I'll run through
You wanna
mine.
tell
So
us what you did?
I found out just a couple of days before giving teacher gifts that I needed to do 2 more. So I was like, oh no.
my goodness. A couple of days. A couple of days or the night before.
2 days.
Okay. That's better than the night before.
But like,
But did you just like shop for some of them, or you still made them?
no, I made them.
Wow.
I was like, well, this is the thing. Like,
Did
they're
you make, like,
if I
some of
make
them?
for
I know,
some, I have
know.
to make for
Yeah,
all
yeah.
because they're like group
They
teachers.
talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Right?
Mhm.
So Ollie's like, okay, where are the other 2? And I was like, what do you mean other 2? And he's like, I have 2 other teachers. And I was like, oh my God, you're killing
Thank goodness
me.
he told you that 2 days in advance, not as he's walking out the door.
Right. And I was like, do me a favor, count again how many teachers you have.
Wow.
That I'd be like, who do you interact with on a daily basis? And he's like, ba, 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 ba. I'm like, oh. So I had 3 mitts done, which you saw at the
Or
last.
3 pairs. Right.
3 pairs
Yes.
of mitts done.
We have pictures of those and both, I think, parts on the podcast. And then
Yeah,
also
I remember you
Vlogmas.
talked about because I was
Yes.
doing it. I remember them. You
Also
definitely
in
showed them
Vlogmas.
last.
And then, so last minute I did 2 additional sets of mitts, and I'll pull up. I don't have any pictures of them because I was like, oh crap.
Just cranking them out.
Scramble. And I'm also terrible about updating my projects
Did you
anyway.
do different patterns?
I did. So I did,
Why would you do different? Why wouldn't you just do the ones that are
Because-
already in your head?
because I did, well, the ones that were already in my head were slightly more involved than these. I picked slightly easier patterns.
Then the leaves one?
Yeah, the leaves was easy, but Pussy Willow Mitts.
Oh yeah, the leaves were so pretty.
By
I still-
Marji LaFreniere are very easy. They're basically like, if you know is it the City Light Socks by Crazy Sock Lady?
I don't know that one, but I'm
Fairy
not
Lights
that
or
much-
whatever it is.
Oh, the fairy lights.
The
Yes, I
Fairy
have
Light
done
Socks.
that.
It's like those in mitt form,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
right? So they have like pearl or garter stitch columns.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Single garter stitch columns. So I did those for one in Spun Right Round leftovers of Spun Right Round DK Tonic from my Sned Roningen, which
nice.
were
Uh-huh.
really pretty. I loved those. And then I did, so those are the Pussy Willow mitts. And then the other ones I did were Gray Island mitts, which are a garter rib. So a 2x2 garter rib. So very straightforward, relatively quickly. We was able to knock those out. And I can't remember which yarn I did that in. It was
Leftovers.
another leftover worsted weight. Where I was like, this is nice.
Such a good use for
Right.
that.
This is good. And then I also finished my dad's vest, which you guys saw
Yay.
Yes.
Yeah.
parts here, and blocked it. Finished it in plenty of time. Still did not end up getting a picture of it beforehand, but that I have access to getting a picture of
Yes.
afterwards. So you'll see a picture of that. And that was in the El Rey Eco Tweed in Shamrock, which
Oh, yeah.
it's really nice to work with, but when you block it,
Mhm.
it's such a nice fabric. It's like almost like that old school Shetland wool kind of sweaters that LLB used to sell like years ago,
Uh-huh.
right? Where it's softer than like a true Jameson wool, Shetland wool, but like it has that feel where it's almost like felted, but it's not felted.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
It has a really nice hand.
And I knit that one purposely a little bit dense, just knowing how my dad prefers to wear things. So
great.
Yeah, so that one is done too. And then did I do anything else? Oh, and I did on Christmas Eve. I did a last minute gift for my dad's caregiver, Julie.
Oh, nice.
I made her a narwhal cowl out of some leftover super bulky white alpaca blend that I have no idea how old it is. But it went super quickly. And I've made the narwhal cowl before, actually for... Did you do a sample for the store?
I don't remember that one at all. It's not ringing a bell with me.
Maybe in Peeps? Or maybe I did it as another gift?
Maybe, yeah.
It's a really
like?
pretty cowl. It's just a lace cowl, so it's like a 3x3 rib at the beginning, and then it has columns of stockinette and a small lace pattern in the in between, and it's a 2-row. It's a 4-row repeat, but it's a 2-row lace pattern. It's very easy to memorize. It's very quick to knock out. It's a really good gift pattern.
Maybe your mom can get a picture of that too.
If she can get a picture of that,
would be nice.
We'll see. So if I know my mom watches this, so
well, if she's watching it and there was no picture,
then we know.
Well, just
I either forgot to ask,
text her now,
or oh god no. That'll be too much. So those are my finished objects. Yeah, that's all I got.
All gifts.
All gifts.
Yay, very nice.
Nothing in hands.
You're a good kid. You're a good child.
I'm
good
done
parent,
with the gift knitting
all those
for a
things.
while.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
What about you?
I have a few things as well, and I have them all here because they're sort of all for me.
I love it.
they're sort of all.
Proud selfish knitter.
Selfish knitter.
So my first one is my Laia shawl, which I blocked yesterday.
So pretty.
Isn't it so fun?
Oh, I love it.
I love it.
And
I love it in Scout. This is the Scout, yeah.
Oh, I love Scout so much.
So this was a class that Kim, one of our instructors, did recently in the store. And she did a sample. Yeah, the lace is so pretty. I soaked it for probably a half hour. I spun it in the washer to get all the extra water out. It was like 90% dry after spinning. I didn't like pull it and pin it out. I thought it was open enough. I really did.
Yeah.
I think it opened really nicely. And that is the hazelnut heather in Scout, which I loved the color for this.
I love that hazelnut.
You almost can't even describe what it is. It's like a pinky brown sort of, I guess. But yeah, so this, I'm so excited to have finished it. Yay. I had 3 kind of big projects on the needles, this and 2 sweaters, so like one of these is done. But I'm still trying to not cast on something new, like entirely new. 3 is a bit much. I felt like I wasn't really making progress, because with 3 bigger things at the same time, like how much time can you devote to any one? But I was really happy with that one.
I have a lot of whips going at one time. So
yeah, I never really limit my whips.
I don't either, but I definitely have noticed that like once I don't mind having a lot of little ones because, then it's like in an evening or two you can knock them off. You can wrap it up. Because I do always want to cast on new things too. But 2 adult sweaters and a large shawl all at once. I was
critical mass.
Yeah, it wasn't as much fun. It's like you want knitting to be fun. And that was something, a lot of people talked about in our we talked with people about it and people answered in our last opinions question, which we will talk about soon. Another thing that I made, which, again, easy, small, is I did another Monster Cables beanie.
I love it.
This one for me, this is the Frank Ochre colorway, which
That's
I
such
really
a
like.
color.
Such a neat color. And
it's so cute.
That's so good.
It is fun. It really is. It matches my coat really well.
I love the black pom-pom.
The black, this is
so pretty.
This was one, actually that was one thing I did yesterday afternoon. I had like 3 different furry, like alpaca and or, faux or real fur pom-poms, and I kind of moved them from one hat to the other. It's like what looks good with what. So, and it's funny, this almost looks a little smaller now than it did, but
I think it's perfect.
It's cute. This is a little softer, I feel like, than the other color I did. Actually, why don't I grab it there? It's right there, and it's the same hat. close my pen so I don't get ink on my project.
We're wading through projects over here.
I know, we've got
Yes.
like a sea of project bags to the left, a sea to the right. Mine is shoved under the table.
Oops. All right. Oh yeah, my ankle's been really acting up lately too. I have to be. Ugh. Yeah, so this, I do feel like this, it is like a little softer, right? You want to hold that one up? It's just like so I think sometimes with the dye, different dyes sometimes result in slightly different feel of the yarn to me. And it's that's got a little bit more body. I feel like this will be even a little like drapier once I block it.
Yeah,
But
I think you're right.
yeah, it is funny because when I tried that one on after making it, it's like it stood up too much. I mean, I could have also blocked it, but I was like, an opportunity to make another hat.
I know.
So I went ahead and made another one.
So washing.
Yeah, so then that is now the store sample. This one is now one for me. Oh, and actually, look, it even looks good with this, which we'll
It
talk
does
about
look
later.
good with that.
But then,
You have a palette.
I know.
well, this is actually pretty outside my palette for the most part, but
I don't know. I see some of those. I see those warm autumn tones in that color.
look how cute.
Oh my
This
goodness.
is the other thing that I finished, which like little things.
He's so adorable.
Isn't he so cute?
Look at his little stripy belly.
That is Fred the dinosaur.
Fred the dinosaur.
So we'll
Oh
tell
my
you more about
God.
this in new in store, but we did get Wobbles, and just because I want to really be able to,
love
let
them.
people know how they were.
They're
how-
a good size.
They're a
On
great size.
the package. I thought they were
Oh
going to be
my God.
smaller, but they're actually quite.
Yeah, they're
good size.
and I haven't measured him to see whether I'm
his
like a
little
loose
T-Rex
crocheter.
arms.
As I know he does. The arms are really
Well, and to be fair, I mean, I think most beginning crocheters, when they're doing these, will be looser. This looks like about Abby's gauge as well. Because not only does Yarnia have
adorable.
Wobbles, apparently Santa has Wobbles too.
Oh my goodness.
Santa brought Wobbles.
Santa brought Wobbles,
Santa
so
knows where to
Very
shop.
nice.
if you too want to get a Wobble before next December 25th, then you're stocking. We have them at Yarnia.
We do. And
the
I'll
meantime.
Santa knows to shop local.
for sure. I'll talk more about my Wobble experience when we talk about new in store.
Okay.
Okay,
yeah.
but yeah, it was fun, and I was really pleased with him.
He's so cute.
He's so cute, and he is supposed to have 5 spikes, and this is really well. I guess my spikes are bigger too, but anyway, I thought he would look silly with one on top of his head, so I went with
I like
the
it
4.
sitting back a little.
I went with the 4.
It makes it gives him a little like cute.
Yeah. And then actually, there was something else. Well, no, this is works in progress. Being in the amigurumi thread, Haley and I both got amigurumi type things from Santa as well. So I started one of mine last night, but I didn't bring it. I'll wait till it's further along to bring it next time. Yeah. So
Cool.
that is my finished objects.
Amanda, you want to dive back into your
Sure.
finished objects?
I'm sure folks can guess what my finished objects are.
Yes.
But
that's
first,
right.
I'll show you my finished Christmas hat, which was, I think I had started this. I keep having to look at the name because it's not like one that sticks in my head. The Cushy Comfort Hat. This is from Stephen West's
Oh,
new.
so pretty.
This is from the Hybrid Knitting,
That's
the
Yes.
beautiful.
one that just came out.
Wow.
So Hybrid Knits 2023. We were talking about it on Knit Night, I think the day after we did this podcast.
Mhm.
And I was looking, I was like, oh my goodness, that's the perfect hat.
It
It is
is.
the perfect.
I was
hat.
thinking about doing an Aran or a worsted weight hat, but then I saw this hat and it's a DK, so I was like,
Is
well,
that alpaca soft?
yeah, it is.
Mhm.
That's
Such a pretty color.
Rowan-
It is. It's a great lavender. So
Rowan
nice.
Alpaca Soft DK, yeah, in the enchanted color.
I was gonna say that yarn also has such great stitch definition. For
It does.
How soft,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
squashy it is.
So, this is just a great cable hat. So apparently this is the... No, this is not the cables from I thought there... Also in Hybrid Knits, there's another hat and a yoke that uses like the drop stitch that was in the Geo Gradient shawl. That was like in the border of the Geo Gradient shawl.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm.
He applied that to mittens and a hat and a sweater pattern, and so those are all also in Hybrid Knits if you're interested in the
Mm-hmm.
ebook
Uh-huh.
that's available on Ravelry. There's this hat and also a cowl with the same cable patterns. I really like this cable, right? Like there's 3 different cables in here. It looks like complex.
Yeah.
But you actually only cable once every 8 rows.
Uh-huh.
No, every 4 rows. Every 4.
That's so nice.
Right? So you have 4 rows of just knits and pearls.
Yep.
And then, or 3 rows of knits and pearls, and then a cable cross, and then 3 rows of knits and pearls, and then a cable cross. Which is really pleasant because that's a lot of like not thinking.
Yep. Yep. Very nice.
Knit your knits, pearl your pearls.
And I don't know if I can put this on because I've got like.
Oh, because you got your bun.
Yeah, I have my bun on, but it's a nice cap. Like I don't like slouchiness.
Yeah, it looks like it would fit really nicely.
Yeah, and I'd tell you the thing that took the most time was
the ribbing.
Very long ribbing 2x2.
When you want a nice fold, that's the thing that takes the longest.
It did take the longest, but it's also great. Like hang out socially, whatever. I'm just sitting around and doing 2x2 knitting.
Yeah.
Right. So it was perfect to have around for the holidays. I had finished. I think I had finished all the cable crosses before Christmas morning, but not the hat decreases. So this was a gift on the needles, and then I finished it up.
I love a gift on the needles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one was for my au pair.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You said he wanted a lavender hat.
Yeah. A lavender hat. So
and it's so funny. I was thinking that it could be for you, but of course it makes sense. It was a gift on the needles.
It was a gift on the needles.
That's gonna be so nice. Yeah.
I really like this one. I might end up making one for Chad because he has his, locks of auburn hair hat.
Yes.
I remember
knitted
that
lip one,
Mm-hmm.
which he wears all the time. But I feel like he could do another one. So I might do that again because it was such a fun pattern. Like that was such a fun pattern.
Yeah. I remember that. That's Laura Nelkin.
No, Stephen West.
That's Stephen.
The one that I did last year for him was the Laura Nelkin.
Yeah.
That was a great pattern as well. I did 2 of those, one for Beth, one for Chad. So I might do 2 of these, one for Chad, one for Sam. This is how I do with hats. I just like.
Oh yeah, I make the same hat every time for Jonathan, where I'm like, maybe you'll get stripes this time, maybe you won't.
Yeah, I like something to keep my interest on the body of the hat.
Yeah,
I get bored with just a straight stockinette.
I love a straight stockinette.
I like some cabling or something, but I do a lot of times, like once I make one, I do make 2 or 3 of the same hat, just varying the colors and things.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Some very potato chippy about it.
Now I think we should play some.
She's really ready to roll. I agree. Definitely.
All right. Ta-da! We are ready for baby to come. Oh, except I need to put on some buttons, which
baby is now allowed to show.
Which arrived in the mail.
Oh, okay. You ordered them.
Because we needed like little
really
tiny
itty bitty baby buttons.
3/8 inch buttons, which we don't have. We might have one, and it was like stark white, and I'm like, we're not gonna.
No.
Mm-hmm.
So buttons, by the way, are like very capital intensive to stock.
Absolutely.
So that's why we have a tailored selection, not everything. But the ones that I have left over might go in.
They should go in inventory.
Right.
They should.
What else are we
Why
gonna do with them?
Yeah, because I have like 10 of each. I only need 3.
Perfect.
Whichever one I
Put them in
pick.
inventory.
Yay! So this is Benni Hentesett by Mini Modes. It's a whole little outfit for a newborn baby. And I showed you last time the beginning of it because I finished the jacket. Yay! But now I have finished and blocked the pants. Stay here. I finished and blocked the pants, so now there's the pants to go with it. Yay! And that we're gonna put them here. Yay! Little pants, little jacket, and the cables go all the way up the belly. See?
So cute. Love that.
cute.
Love that.
Yep. And then on top, a bonnet with the same cables.
The bonnet is so sweet.
Love a bonnet.
Yeah, me too. So
Just me.
this was.
Just so cute.
I finished this up. It actually took me like 2 days to make the bonnet. It was so fast.
I love how the decreases look on the back of
Yeah, so pretty. Little swirl.
So
Swirl.
sweet, just on their little swirly head.
Right, because it like matches the way their hair.
Yes,
Yeah,
they
little
just
cowlicks. that you can see them when they're newly hatched.
Peanuts.
Yeah. So this is all ready to go, all blocked. I blocked it. I think I showed you on Vlogmas.
Yes.
I blocked it on a chain chomp like Mario, Super Mario Brothers for
Right.
Nintendo. It's a game, right? Like, and they have this character that's a ball on a chain.
Yep.
That like jumps out and chomps you. Teddy loves his chain chomp. He has a stuffed toy that has a chain that he drags around his chain chomp.
Oh.
I didn't have a balloon to blow up, so I
Uh-huh.
just used chain chomp to blow up.
Perfect.
I
Yep.
was gonna say, I'm like, honestly, I think blocking on a ball is better than blocking on a balloon because a balloon will pop.
Yeah. Well, if you're leaving it
It depends.
at your apartment over Christmas, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Depends on
Nobody's gonna be there.
depends on what you have handy. I have
Exactly.
many a ball.
Well,
Yes.
I've always done the balloon, but partly because you can really make it the size you need. That's the other
That's
thing.
also
That's
good,
very.
I had to look
I have a
around
lot
for
of
while.
balls in my house.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't have that. Never have had that many.
Yes.
Sorry.
Too. Anyway, yay! So this is done, ready for baby. I'll put those buttons on this afternoon. And then, guess what else I finished? And y'all saw me finish this as well.
Yes. So gorgeous. Oh,
Yay!
A round of applause for sure.
absolutely.
Yep. Like I said, I think we're gonna play Pomp and Circumstance.
So
It's like the whole
gorgeous.
thing is done. So this
Oh
is
my gosh.
Baby Ardith by Hooked on Sunshine. It's been blocked. It's dry. It is ready to go. I finished the border. Let me show you the border. It's got a scalloped lacy border. So pretty. Yay. And typical of Hooked on Sunshine, starts with a round center medallion. She turns into a square, and then it just goes out from there. I love these.
It's so gorgeous.
So
It's amazing.
So beautiful.
So
And I love the all one color. I think it's
Yeah.
the
Just
multicolored ones are pretty
stunning.
too, but something about it, it's like icing. It's like
Yeah.
sculpted icing or
Yeah.
something. It's just gorgeous.
and well, it's just you see the texture in a totally different way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
In
Exactly.
the all one color versus, and I think it would be pretty in another color too. Like if you did a
Oh, yeah.
a
Yeah.
light pink or a blue or a lavender. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
they
even
would
like
all be-
subtle color would be
Yeah.
beautiful.
It'd
Yeah.
be great. So anyway,
You
I'm very
made it.
happy to have that finished.
I bet. Yeah.
Very
All that
happy.
ready before the babies arrived.
Oh my goodness! And yeah, when Teddy was born, I did not have his blanket done.
Mhm.
I didn't have the border done. I just like stopped here and then took the blanket to the hospital and wove in the ends.
Mhm.
That was my activity in the hospital, was weaving in ends.
That's a good activity.
And then I came home and the next week I put on the border.
Uh-huh.
But I don't have that excuse for this one. This one I have to leave, so
Yeah.
yay!
All right. Wonderful.
Done.
Thank goodness. I'm so glad. This is a huge project that is now off my plate,
Yeah.
Yes.
right? I have this project that is almost done.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to pick up the black sweater, my Franca sweater, and
That's
start
right.
and finish off the sleeves. By next podcast, I'll probably have 4 sleeves finished. These 2 and those 2.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
And then we're going to get into talking about that. I think is going to be our question.
New projects for the new year.
Yeah. What? Well, or just what are you thinking? How are you feeling?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like it. All right. So, do you have any other whips other than what you're wearing?
No, I just
That's
and
right.
what I'm knitting on. I literally got here today. I'm like, well, I'm wearing the only thing I could be knitting on right now.
So you can't really be knitting it while you're wearing
Right.
it.
So what are we going to sample of? So I'm just knitting a stockinette swatch of Anne, which is a fingering weight mercerized cotton. It is so lovely. It's Brazilian cotton.
It's beautiful.
And I'm just knitting a swatch because we don't have a swatch here in the store. And I think I'll take it home and add some simple lace because I think
Uh-huh.
that's supposed to
Oh,
be real
that would
pretty.
be beautiful.
Yeah.
And then maybe we do a crochet sample as well, or whether you want
I'll
to
just-
add on to
Just
that.
add crochet on
Yeah.
top of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
That way you can see what it looks like.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Sweater.
this is my while I'm here project.
It is.
Cool.
It is a wise watch. That is definitely a big one.
It is. I didn't. I
I'd
don't
say
know.
she'll be able to see how it drapes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
for
just,
sure.
I
For
just
sure.
cast on until I got sort of like to the end of the show. Why?
Right, you're like, this is how long I have for a long tail cast on until the end of the tail.
That's how I. Yes, that's how I do my swatches.
Yeah, you're like, all right, that's good.
Oh.
All right, I'll go with my whip, which is... I actually don't have... I'm sure I have a million at home, but at the moment, voila! I'm still not done with it, even though the sweater class is done. This
You've been
is
working on
my
gifts for other people.
I know, I had to, take a break and work on everything else. So I'm working on the body, which is the nice, mindless stockinette part, and then I'll come back and do the sleeves. So I'm getting there.
Yay.
It'll keep going. Yay!
Nice.
And then I got to think about what the winter sweater class is going to be.
That's
but
right.
in the meantime, I also just put up
Mm-hmm.
a bajillion classes
Totally.
for 2024.
Totally.
Some are online. Stacia's Pomme de Pin cardigan
Mm-hmm.
is an online sweater class. And then Stacia's doing another first sweater class, which very few seats left, if there are any left now. But Kim
by
is
the time
also
this
doing
comes out.
a fantastic the Cade Tree V-neck sweater, top down. So that sweater class is up too, as well as Stacia's doing a Brioche 101 with mitts,
Nice.
Mhm.
and Kim's doing a color work, kind of choose your own adventure houndstooth class.
Yes, that
Yeah.
looks
Go-
so fun.
Oh, that
Check.
sounds fun.
It's so fun. One is a cowl and one is a
The shawl.
the shawl.
I'm
the
thinking
houndstooth
about doing
fuchsia
that.
shawl. Oh,
Yeah. Back to
And-
the fuchsia.
Back to the fuchsia, and you can either sign up for 2 classes or 4 classes. 2
Mhm.
classes for the cowl, 4 classes for the shawl. It's gonna be so fun.
Mhm.
Nice.
And then Emily's got
a bunch of 102s.
A bunch of 102s.
So hats, working
Next
the round for the
steps.
first time. The stepping stone scarf.
Yep.
Combining your knits and pearls.
Yep.
So we have, no matter what you're looking for, we have
Tons,
found it.
tons,
And actually,
tons.
one thing we need to add some crochet classes.
crochet
too.
Yes.
classes,
We definitely do.
Yeah, we got
a lot
fold
of
in,
private crochet
fold in
lessons,
some
but
crochet.
yeah, we definitely will be doing that as well.
And
So
that's the other thing
it's craft class time, definitely.
that I feel like I never remembered to mention, but if anyone needs or wants private lessons, we do those too.
Oh.
Both online and in person.
Mm-hmm.
For knitting and crochet, or you can create your own small group.
We have a knitting and crochet curriculum.
Yeah.
For
Oh yes.
Yep.
for starting out, intermediate, and advanced. And that's actually one of my tasks this afternoon is to go and fold
all the
curriculum guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes,
Very
that
nice.
was awesome.
Very nice. Actually, I just realized one thing we did not do today. Guess what we didn't do?
What?
Episode number.
Oh, 110.
Oh, so far off.
God, I don't know where I am.
I don't even know what day it is.
115? No, higher. Okay, 120.
No.
118.
Lower.
117.
Yes.
Yay! I don't know what day today is.
So yes, it is episode
Oh my
117.
God, I think the numbers don't stick in my head, people.
So actually, the store opens in about a half hour.
Yeah.
So I probably should zip through
Zip through.
zip through the whips.
Zip to the whips.
And because we have some new store to talk about, we want to talk about our winner, our hashtag opinion, all of that. So
All right,
we have a
go.
lot to do in a half hour. I do still have 2 sweaters on the needles. And it's so funny. I remember I had said I would give Jean the sweater on the needles as a Christmas present. Totally forgot about it. I think he had enough presents as it was, which is why I wasn't looking for presents to pad.
Yeah.
He'll get it later.
Maybe it'll be Valentine's Day, I was
There
thinking.
you go. That's a much more pleasant goal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or whatever. And if I finish it before, then I'll just give it to him. It doesn't really have to be a present. So here is my Arctic Bloom. And I finished the body, finished the color work portion, cast off for the sleeves. And then after I did a round or 2 of the fingering single, I had swatched a little bit. Actually, I do have my swatch. I think I didn't have this with me last time. I lied. No, I emptied it because this was what I brought with me on Christmas. I basically knit on the way down to my niece's house, and then that was it. I really never had the chance to knit again.
Yeah.
We played a lot of games and things. It was actually really fun. Reindeer games.
Fun.
Played reindeer games. So I had swatched to determine what size needle I should use if I held the yarn doubled, and therefore decrease my stitches by half. And
Nice.
so I went from a 4 to an 8. Actually, the gauge was really nice with an 8, and I wound the rest of the rest of that skein just into a doubled ball. So it's just a single ball. And actually it was going really smoothly until a few minutes ago. Now it's kind of got a bit of a bump in it, but it's fine. It's still...
It'll be fine.
But also, that's why I'm leaving it on the floor. If you're pulling from below, you really... It's like, it doesn't kind of tangle up as much, I feel like, as if you're pulling straight across.
It works itself out a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. So this... I've said this like 4 times now. This hopefully will be done by the next episode. But it really is now one of my only major projects still on the needles, and it's for me, so I really do want to finish it.
So you're like, you got the motivation
it's what I've been working on today. It's my priority project.
Right.
So there is that, and then I also have Jean Sweater, which I have worked on since. I don't remember exactly where I was. There's markers on here, not really progress keepers, but his Pemberton pullover is definitely coming along. I don't know. Once I finish my sweater, this will be back to being a priority project. Right. I thought I might finish it for Christmas. It really never... It just never... I had so many projects going, big projects. I never really got it.
Sometimes stuff doesn't necessarily materialize, so you're like, nah.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Sleeves, maybe, for this podcast?
So many things.
Pictures of projects.
And actually, Haley, who wished she could be here with us today since she is home on break, sent some whips to show. She was working on these on Christmas. Cranked tube socks.
Love.
From, and I forget which yarn this is. This is one of the Lane du Nord.
That's one of the Lanes and Nords.
That's the rainbow sock.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the one similar. I made Chad some out of the purple
Yep.
stripe
Yep.
ones.
So she's making these for,
those are nice.
for her aunts, my sisters, and
we're out of that and can't reorder it.
Yeah. But we have other similar things from them.
Certainly, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and we have the infinity sock now. Which is
that's
fun.
what I was thinking.
That is cool.
Yeah.
The
It's
infinity
a
sock
long
is
gradient.
very cool.
Oh, we should crank some tubes of that.
Yeah, we should definitely. And so she has to take an intensive class, 4 hours, 10 days, 4 hours a day class here, December and January.
Yeah,
craziness. So she'll be in the store a little bit, but she'll mostly be focusing on her class so she can graduate on time. Woo-hoo. Yay! Graduating on time is always a good thing.
Graduating on time is good.
So she sends her regards. But those are my major whips. And actually one thing that was on Vlogmas, I did, encouraged by my husband, I did like a major whip reorganization, which was so good because I really felt, like now even the top of the pile of bins that I had where there were like however many active projects, it's really down to the 2 sweaters now.
that's
so satisfying.
So good. And also as I'm finishing things, I am really emptying the project bags right away, which is always something I've been so bad about.
I'm terrible with that.
I'm just really terrible. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So there's
a
lot of whips.
I've got to do that now that I have these projects done. I've had so many big project bags, like all crammed in my space. Like, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
My stuff is just chaos. It's a mess. I gotta clean it up. We should talk about what our last episode giveaway was.
Yeah.
We should. So, our question in the last episode, and this was so good. We got so many good answers from people.
I loved the comments.
I really did love it. The question was, do you make things that are fun to knit or fun to wear? And of course, knit and or crochet.
Yes.
And so many people, and the interesting thing was, so many people said they hadn't really thought about it before.
Yeah,
but
I saw that.
Yeah,
all the time.
Yeah. So our winner.
As I knit things for other people, I think about that all the time. Like,
well, and that was an interesting thing. Several people said, that if they're knitting something for someone else, like they're more likely to finish it, and they may struggle through something that they wouldn't do for themselves, which is so interesting. I actually am the opposite.
Yeah.
When I have presents that I'm terrible. I have never given to people because I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I put it aside.
I'll push through for me easily.
Yeah, exactly.
For others, I'm like, guess who's getting a stockinette hat?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Or oh, I got you a book instead, or here's a gift card, or I gave up on that project. But yeah, for me, if it's something I want to wear, I will push through.
Yeah.
And a lot of people really are motivated by learning new things. And maybe it's because we've been knitting so long. Like I just think there aren't as many new things that.
I have new things I want to learn. I can't wait. I'm going to the classes for Vogue Knitting Live, and I'm learning Tunisian crochet.
Ooh.
That's fun.
So,
we've tried to offer Tunisian crochet a few times.
That's a good question for this week.
What
new thing do you want to learn
or
that is a great
Yeah.
question.
in the crafting realm for
Yep.
2024?
all right, sure, let's do
Yep.
that.
I like that. And it could be learning from us. It could be learning from someone else.
Anyway,
But also, we
Right.
we love to hear
What do you wanna
what
learn?
it is that people want to learn, because that helps us, as a yarn
Yeah.
store, as a knitting community, know what kind of things we should be offering. The other thing, my suggestion was also going to be some new hashtag opinion questions, because
Oh, yes.
we have worked
please
through,
keep going.
we have worked through a lot of what we had, because we did group them.
Yeah.
So, and if we have time, I do have one for today.
All right.
So.
Well, let's see what comment won from last episode's question prize.
We're digressing even on our...
We're digressing within our own realm.
Yep. So it was Sharon Elrich, the reaching for one, and she said she prefers to knit for fun, particularly socks, which is why sweaters either never get finished or take months to make. I also realized today that a sweater sleeve at worsted gauge is fewer stitches than a sock.
Yes.
That's so much more work in my mind.
So, and I feel like so much of it is mental. I mean, I feel you. My own sleeve,
Yep.
Michigas, is some Michigas.
Yep.
But it's the same thing where I'm like, you have to like tweak the way that you're thinking about it.
Yeah.
And be like, all right, the sleeve, like I can bang out a sock, no problem, but like the sleeve is like weighing on my mind. You got to be like, it's less than a sock.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you don't have to close
You don't
it
have
off
to
at the
turn a
end.
heel.
You don't have to turn
Yeah,
a heel.
exactly. Whoops. Oh my goodness.
Straight down. And you get,
decreases.
you're doing top down, it gets smaller as you go. That's the one that always, I'm like, it's getting smaller as I go. It's getting
Yeah.
smaller as I
Yeah.
go.
Yep.
Unless you're doing balloon sleeves, in which case,
It's the same all the way till the
it's just
end.
the same all the way until it gets really small.
Yeah,
But
which
what-
I think this is the only sweater I've ever done that with, or one of them.
I
don't
do
know.
like, they're so fun.
They look nice.
What did Sharon win?
So Sharon wins her choice of any of our Attenti pouches.
That is a
Oh,
good
nice.
prize.
We still have a nice number
Yep.
of those left.
That's these, just
They
for
are
a reminder.
so pretty.
Yeah, and
These guys. Ooh, matches. That matches.
So fun.
Too.
Speaking of, if you guys, this week is both holiday week and gift card week.
I think
that's right. That's so
If
right.
you received a
That's
gift
our
card
option,
for
Sharon.
holidays or Happy New Year or Happy Hanukkah, Happy Christmas, we still have lots of fun stuff in
Yeah, we
the
do.
store.
Mm-hmm.
Including the Attenti bags, but also, do you want to go?
Oh yeah, we can do it.
Why don't we do new in store?
We can do new in store and then go back to
depending
opinions.
on-
Opinions and new question.
Yes.
Yeah. So, so I said earlier that I would talk more about the Wobbles when we got to new in store. So
Yes.
we do have Wobbles. Why don't we put our Wobbles? We started with 4 of them.
They're
because,
so cute.
Oh, where'd the blue one go?
I love his little
He's there.
ducky.
He's there.
He's there.
Oh, it's so funny. They look
They're
the same
similar.
color. They're really, yeah, they're not too different.
I love the narwhal.
Well, everyone loves the Narwhal. The Narwhal's almost sold out. The Narwhal may be sold out by the time this is up.
I love the chick.
The chick is like,
And I thought the Dinosaur was so cute. Love the
Santa
Dinosaur.
Claus was
Little
delivering
arms.
bunny rabbits.
Very nice. Very
I love
nice.
the little arms.
Oh, I actually have a picture of Abby. She was working hard on her.
Yeah.
So they have there's some writing inside, right?
Very little. Almost all of it is, there's a QR code
Yeah.
that you scan, and then basically what it does when you do that is it uploads links to the whole program for this Wobble on your phone.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that's cool.
so once you've done it, but I mean, I feel like that's one of those things they should tell you in advance. I would, if somebody like took this on a camping trip and thought they were going to make this thing, they would be
yeah.
sorely disappointed because you need internet access to get to the directions.
Yeah.
There really are no directions in here. And
Abby loved it though. She was raving about like, oh, I can't follow pattern, like, because she knows how to crochet, or she's taken the class before, but she like doesn't. And I sort of get it. Like when she's reading as well, she has a hard time paying attention to like what's happening in this plot. Like
a lot
she
of it
reads
is
the words.
executive functioning.
Yeah,
And like that kind of understanding. So if there's any ADHD involved,
yeah,
then like following step by step can be hard because you go from like step 1 to step 10 to step 5 to step 2 to step 4.
she can. And your eye jumps over the page, and you get
Yep.
distracted when it moves further down.
Yep.
But with this, she could sit there and watch on. She's like, you should do more like this, Mom.
And see, I think different people will have like
Yeah.
different experiences with
yeah.
it, but I think really young children probably would not do so well with this.
No,
because
Abby is 11.
Exactly. I think that's a great age, like
Yeah.
10, 11. Also, and I know kids at a younger and younger age are very capable of using phones and navigating.
Better than some adults.
Exactly. But for someone that already knows how to crochet, I did have somebody say, that they found it frustrating. This is totally intended for someone who has never held a crochet hook before.
Yes,
it really is. So if that's you or somebody I think it is great. It is broken down, like none of the videos are more than a minute long.
Yeah.
It's super easy to replay a video immediately after.
Yeah.
It's super easy to go back a step. It's super easy if you feel like there are a few things, like once you've done it a certain number of times, she says, okay, now we're going to do XYZ. And she will actually spell it out. If you already, at that point, are very comfortable with XYZ, you press the forward arrow and you move on. I feel like the way the software is designed is excellent. It's so good. And this is as someone who used to be involved in software design. I think it's really, it's so well done that way. It kind of checks things off for you as you go. Like the color of the sections that you've completed is different than the color of the sections that you are yet to do. And it was funny because when I first, I got through, I got through his head, I think the first time I sat down to do it. I've been crocheting for most of my life, It was quick, but I did it to really see how the whole program was and everything, and I think it is so good. You
can explain to folks who, are looking to be like, tell me more about these. Like, we can...
Yeah, I wanted to know whether there was something we wanted to sell. I mean, there was a ton of demand, so we got some, but definitely wanted to try it to see what our opinion was before...
Yeah. Opinion is they're adorable.
They're really good. The one thing I haven't done yet, and of course now because I have been working on one of these, our phones know everything, right? I get all these Wobble ads all the time, even though I didn't purchase one through my phone. It's I guess it knows that I'm doing the program. Like I.
Oh, if you download the program,
yeah.
Well, we've all said the word Wobble near our phones now, and near your phones, so you too are start getting Wobble ads.
Start getting all the Wobble ads. But basically, a lot of the comments on it, people will say, "Oh, I got bored, whatever." Or it is. These are meant for beginners. That there are intermediate kits. We're going to look into getting those too. Yeah. But I think as a teaching tool, it really is a great way to do it. But the thing they didn't explain was I was a little concerned. Like when I went back to it, I'm like, how is it going to know? Like it doesn't tell you that basically once you download it, it's there. It's like it's in my. Whereas Fred the Dinosaur is one of my frequently visited websites, basically.
Yeah.
So, and now I've done all of it, now.
Oh, cute.
But it just keeps track of where you are. Yeah, so sorry. The thing people were asking, can I get a printout? Because that's the thing. Now that I've made Fred the Dinosaur, I do not want to sit through, it winds up being hours of video, honestly.
Yeah.
Which if you're learning it for the first time is very helpful.
Yeah.
But if you've already done it and you just want to do another one, maybe you just want the instructions. Yeah. I wound up screenshotting some of them. Like,
oh, that's a good idea.
When it did say, it said, like, once you got past here, it's like, rounds 15 through 25, blah, blah, blah. I screenshotted that so I didn't have to keep it open on my phone. Yeah. But I would like to actually just have the pattern. There were comments, but they were quite old from Wobbles saying, yes, there is a way to download the instructions. I haven't tried that yet. I will try that.
So we'll figure that out for you.
We'll figure that out. I will figure that out and report back.
Yeah.
But,
so we have these 4 in store. Are they available online for us?
I don't think we put them online yet. We can.
I don't know.
We can.
If not,
we can.
Put it on my to-do list.
We'll put it on
I'll
to-do
do
list.
it. I can do it.
Or call the store.
Yeah. I totally can. I mean, we can download their pictures. But
they're new in store, and then the Narwhal is the speedy one going. And I know we literally just said what our question was.
What are you looking forward
what
to?
What new thing do you want to learn in 2024?
What new thing do you want to learn in 2024?
Presumably in the knitting, crochet, embroidery, crafty realm.
Give us a crafty realm.
Fiber realm, right?
Give us and then
you will have your choice of our Wobbles as your prize, and we will be getting more.
We'll be getting more in stock,
yeah.
so you might have a bigger choice than before.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're also like a super cute gift. I mean, the packaging is super cute, so you can be like throw a bow on it and be like
Santa.
It is, and also I carried
Santa's
mine around. Is he here still?
And it's like a little project bag, right?
It is. Mine
Yes,
is here
all of
somewhere.
Abby's stuff is.
Yeah,
I
it
told her to put
fits
all
right
back.
back in there. And
That's
it comes
handy.
comes with absolutely everything you need except scissors.
And it's got a little ziplocky thingy, so like nothing will fall out of your. Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's good.
Excellent for cats. All right. So I think we are.
Oh, the other thing I wanted to say is we do still have, as Jen was talking about, it's holiday week and all of that. If you didn't get what you were looking for yourself,
Yes.
we do still
Or if
have
you got a
some
gift
things
card.
left. Or if you have a gift card, exactly. So we just wanted to suggest some things that we have a few of remaining.
Yes.
We have the Blue Sky Fibers, crochet, and knit scarf kits.
Yeah,
This one is
beautiful,
so cute and trendy. That's the Brooklyn Crochet Wrap Kit, which is a twist on crochet granny squares. So fun. Everything you need in here.
Yeah.
In the
I love
yarn
this one.
And as of,
perspective.
It's a lot of yarn too.
It is
Yeah,
a lot
it
of
really
yarn.
is.
It makes a nice big scarf. This one is the 21 color scarf kit, also wool stock, and a cute little reusable bag.
yeah, both of those come with their own reusable bags.
Which I love. This is a great tip.
As does this for Madeline and Tosh. We have at this moment exactly 3 of the holiday half-seas kits left.
You
So
get the last of them.
I got one of them in my Christmas under my Christmas tree.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah, you don't have the green, right? It's the red.
The
and
green
blue.
sold out. Yep, the red
Green
and the
sold
blue.
out, so the red and the blue.
We have 2 reds and 1 blue left at
I
this
love
moment.
The red. That would be
The red. I mean,
Spiked
and this
bunch of
has
ink or-
these great things. But also, like, don't forget, guys, like, if you didn't get something that you wanted, we can always help you pick out something.
That's what January's for.
That's what
That's right.
January's
That's
for.
right.
In publishing, we used to call it, like, the gift card month.
Yeah, totally.
Where it's like anyone who got a gift card or didn't get a gift card and is like, well, I'm going to get myself
Time
something.
to treat me.
right.
Treat
Time
yourself.
to treat yourself.
Treat
I've
yourself.
been working and I'm sure I know you guys have too. Like working so hard for everybody else.
I know,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
So do something nice for you.
Yeah. Even if it's just like popping into knit night on Wednesday.
Yeah, exactly.
Virtual or
in store if you're
in
local.
store with whatever craft you're working
We
on.
have fun things going on knit night. I literally did the last crochet stitch on my blanket during knit night last week.
So nice.
That's
so
amazing.
nice.
Cool. That's awesome.
So I think we probably need to leave our opinion question for next time.
Yes.
We'll wrap it up here.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
All right. I was
So-
gonna say we've got 10 minutes ish.
Depends on what the...
I have about 3 hours of stuff to do in the next 2 hours.
All right.
There's that too.
So, Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us. And please do give us some more opinion questions. We've
Yes.
got a good one for next time, but we want to keep going with this. It is fun. And we,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
And then we'll see you in 2024.
That's right. Happy 2024, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.